Buhari will continue to invest in tertiary institutions, says Osinbajo. The Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yomi Osinbajo, on Thursday said the President Buhari's regime would continue to invest in the nation's tertiary institutions to achieve greater results. Osinbajo stated that in his remains on Thursday at the formal handover of the Muhammadu Indimi International Learning Center to the management of the University of Maiduguri, contained in a statement signed by spokesman Laolu Akonde, titled, "After federal government launched solar hybrid plants in 4 universities, the 5th in Unimad will be ready soon." According to Osinbajo, the Buhari's regime is continuing to invest in our universities. Unimed is in phase 2 of the Energized Education Program funded through Rural Electrification Agency. Now, if Buhari is really interested in education in ASU, why do you keep going from a strike to another strike? Why do universities go on strike for months, for weeks? They notably won the one that happened last year for months. They didn't go to school, and Osinbajo is saying that Buhari is fully committed. Which commitment is he trying to say? Is it for federal government, for state government, for local government? Which commitment? If he's really committed, students will not be at home. Lecturers won't say that without payment, won't teach. The federal government, through RCA in partnership with the World Bank, is in advanced stages of establishing a 12 MW solar hybrid power plant to power Unimed and its teaching hospital. The project will also include a training center and is modeled amidst similar projects that have already been completed in Bayero University. Well, Osinbajo is saying Buhari has really tried in the area of education, in the area of listening to the cry of ASU. Is VP Osinbajo right, or is he trying to camouflage? Because it's a part and parcel of APC? Is that it? Before is Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sworn in on 29th of May. As said earlier, some projects have been concluded in Bayero University, Kano, the Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and the Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ondo Faleko, he said. Citing the rise to fame of Nigerian tech companies to justify the need to invest more in the education of Nigerians, Osinbajo recalled the Nigerian-owned firm, tech firm, that has become unicorns, saying companies achieve the greater unicorn status despite the perceived disadvantage of our region globally. Imagine that we could do it if we have a committed focus on science, technology, engineering, and maths STEM programs. Nigeria could conceivably dominate the technology space as it dominates in Nollywood and the music scene. The knowledge economy of the 21st century emphasizes the need for all our children to have education so that we can have many more unicorns. This was said by Osinbajo, and the VP encouraged the tech industries in Nigeria to train new startups because that's where the 21st century or 22nd century is based. He urged Nigerians, especially the students, to face on with the academics and better and dominate, as the other bodies are dominating all across the world. Now, when we talk of the government of Buhari being committed to education, personally, I would really score them low because a lot of students are confused right now. They don't know what to do. Some have become dropouts. Some have given up in life. And some believe there is always hope at the end of the tunnel. Personally, want the fight between federal government and ASUU to end amicably. I believe ASUU and federal government can join hands together in the development of tertiary institutions. We hope that ASUU will be free because it has been going on for years, and notably during Buhari's regime, there were a lot of stoppages in the educational sector. We hope the new incoming government will attend to the needs of the lecturers. We make students go back to school, and our tertiary institutions will be improved in all ways. It's not only we listening to it and we watching it on television, but we want actions to be taken. You see some students spending like 6 years or 7 years in school, whereas it's a study of 3 or 4 years. With that carryover, they spend 6 years in school because of ASUU strike, and this has really affected them. Some, when there's resumption, we see that they're no longer the same students that we've known them to be. Academic wise, some have really gone down, and we can see that some of them have turned the boys to even online scammers because they couldn't help it. As VP Osinbajo has said, the government will continue to support, but how many days do they have left?